All right. Are we supposed to start our engines?
Hello. I think we're supposed to be doing something here. Yeah.
Are we vrooming? Are we vrooming? Are we igniting the gas? Lighting the engine?
I don't know. Are you vrooming?
Someone needs to be doing a little bit of vrooming, as far as I can tell. Chad, good morning. Good afternoon, depending on where you are.
Wait a minute. Is this our first stream back? Like, you had a stream, but is this the first one that's been us?
Yes, first us stream of 2025. Wow. How are we doing? How are we feeling?
It's been 25 years since the year 2000.
That's right. 2000.
It's pretty wild.
People born in like 2004 or 5 can buy cigarettes now, so congratulations to them.
Wow.
I think the hats are getting swapped out for goggles, Spec. I think we're going less on hats this year and we're going more on eyewear. Spidey lenses, racing goggles, Final Fantasy glasses. Those are famous. Everyone's heard of those. So I think they're going more with an eyes thing, less with a hats thing. Somebody saw the card Urza's glasses and was like, 2025. That's the year. We themed the whole thing around that.
Goggles, dude. You know what goggles make me think of?
I can't wait to hear.
It makes me think of my very first World of Warcraft character. It was a troll called Trolls. And it's like the name Charles moved over into a troll name, and it was CHROLS.
Moved over into a troll name. You are familiar with the troll naming conventions.
Yeah, dude. So the troll nomenclature. So anyway, this character was I didn't know how to play WoW because it was early internet. So it was like everything was on Thoughtbot. So you had to go over there to figure out how to play the game. Right. And I was an engineer, and I remember I picked engineer because engineers were able to make mechanical squirrels, and then they also had goggles. That was the class that was able to wear goggles at an early level. And so I was like, yeah, dude.
Some of the earliest headwear you could get.
Yeah, I mean, and it was good headwear, and everybody would be like, low level in the Barrens, like, holy shit, look at the guy with the goggles. Yeah, pretty tight.
It's interesting. It's interesting early days of WoW, thinking back to that, just to embrace this tangent for one more second. The cosmetics that people would go after that really didn't do anything for their character other than like make it glow. I remember the first enchantment you could get on your sword was like Beast Mastery or something. I can't remember what it was called, but it had the word beast in it, I'm pretty sure, and chat probably knows. But it would like do a little bit of extra damage against some type of mob that was pretty inconsequential, but the sword glowed. It had like a fiery glow on the sword, and so it was really expensive. Everybody was super into it and had to get it as soon as possible. And then Minor Beast Slayer. Thank you, Jank. Yes, dude. Minor Beast Slayer.
There we go. Yes.
Because dude, you could get Major Beast Slayer and it glowed even harder. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually, Jank, the Red Bandit mask that gave no stats but looked cool, that Edwin Van Cleef dropped. Heyo, look at that, pulling that out of my memory. I tricked you. It's weird that you're bringing it up because I just looked up that Red Bandit mask for some script like a day or two ago. I was like, I want to name the mob in the Dead Mines, the boss that drops that thing. So I used it as a joke in a script recently. It's very strange that you're bringing it up right now. That means that it was the joke's time. The universe presents good writing and good topics when it is time for them. And then, you know what it's time for right now? To mention our sponsors real quick before we vroom into this new set.
We should do this.
Card Conduit. Thanks to all of our sponsors in 2025. Re-upping, keeping JAJAM alive, keeping Jake and I doing this full time, along with your support. Card Conduit, best place to sell your cards quickly and easily. Dragon Shield, best sleeves, and they've got some new stuff coming this year that they've been telling us about. We're going to be dropping that stuff as soon as we are allowed to talk about it. But Dragon Shield expanding, always doing new things. TCG Player, store online, all the stores competing for your business. All the prices of pretty much every TCG across the board are built off of TCG prices. Appreciate them supporting us as our official store. then Mox Field for your deck lists, and MTG stocks to track your card prices over time. Jake,
thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors. Yes.
The poll that I've got going for the chat: high, medium, low. How you feeling right now? I'm just kidding. What's your hype level for Aetherdrift? High, medium, or low?
You're asking chat, not me, right?
I'm asking you. Chat has been responding.
Oh, you're asking me.
Yes.
Okay.
How do you feel about this set going in?
Well, we talked a little bit about it. Hold on, let me sip my water here.
I'll join you. Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, cheers, man. Morning water. Actually, you don't cheers water. That's bad luck. No,
don't do that.
Yeah, don't cheers. Don't cheers water.
Cheers to the water. Cheers to the morning.
Yeah, just yeah. Cheers to the morning. The water is unrelated.
Hydration purposes only. Not cheering. Yeah, you would say high hype.
I would say like not high hype, but I'm kind of stoked on it. I remember the beginning of the channel.
Yeah,
we were getting into Aetherdrift and
Aether Revolt,
or Aether Revolt, excuse me. And
it has come full circle. We are now back to an Aether named set, and the channel started during an Aether named set, so it is a nice little full circle for us.
Yeah, that was like the beginning of the channel. We were talking a lot about oh my god, Consulate Dreadnought. You remember that card?
7-Eleven, baby.
7-Eleven.
Yes.
You could get a coffee at it, right?
Yep. Correct.
That SRAM Senior Edificer, that was like the origin of that meme. Man, there was like
Walking Ballista.
Walking Ballista was a big card. I remember people were so low on Walking Ballista. They were like, it's a bad hangerback walker. That's the old meme about that one. And if you look at Walking Ballista now, it's a staple in combos. It's just an amazing card. And yeah, it's cool to be years later and be able to look back and be like, wow, you know, we were wrong about some things, but there were definitely some things that we were right about, which is kind of cool.
When it's cool flavor too, because this set includes Amonkhet as a plane involved, and that happened right after, you know, that was toward the beginning of the channel for us as well. That's when we were really starting to get into it. And so having both in this set is kind of cool. I would say overall I'm pretty medium on it. Vehicles is not a mechanic that I've ever had a ton of hype for, but we're going to explore it today, see if I can get excited for it. The other mechanic, Energy, I'm interested to see what they do with that, because this is a standard set, and we're only basing the fact that even we're mentioning Energy on this in this video on the fact that they've released the two covers, the box art and, you know, like templating text for the precons, and one of them is Energy, very clearly Energy based. Here, if we look at this over here,
Travis is trolling. Sorry, bro. I'm listening.
We've got
Chad is just distracting me. Fuck.
We've got Living Energy and Eternal Might as our two precons, and so while obviously the set's going to have to do a lot with vehicles, obviously Energy is going to be a thing as well. Now, whether or not that's in the main set as something that goes into standard stands to be seen, but it's definitely going to be in this precon, so I think that's relevant for us to discuss today too.
Yes. I'm excited for 2 precons versus like 4 or however many there are. If 2 is kind of like where we're at, I'm cool with that. It works.
I'm fine with that. I'm actually more the merrier on that. Like, if you want to do 4 every freaking time, go ahead.
Like, if you can get to 4, great.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm also fine with 2. We have so many products that when I'm like, oh, 2 commander decks?
Right.
It's cool. Didn't they do that with Neon Dynasty as well? I mean, there's been plenty of them where there have only been 2.
Yeah, there have been quite a few where there have only been 2. You know, I think it's a matter of like balancing out reprints and stuff too. Last year's precons, especially the Modern Horizons 3 ones, had some pretty significant reprints in them. And so I bet that it's difficult to make precon decks that people aren't like, this is garbage right out of the box. It's unplayable. It's not strong enough to keep up with the meta that you yourself have established by printing all these straight to commander cards. And so I bet that it's also a nice little reprieve for them to be like, all right, we don't have to make 4 banger decks. We can just make 2 and call it good.
Yeah. Right.
Gafford, I am. I'm a dirty reprint wanter. I think that the collectability of this game can exist at the higher levels of the parfait, and that the lower levels of the parfait should be widely available as much as possible. Stamp
that
some numbers on 500 of them.
Cheaper, so no.
Yeah,
there's that.
That's.
I would love a cheap Mox Diamond.
That said,
but
I would love to own a copy of Gaia's Cradle.
Yeah. I just played CEDH for the first time yesterday, and remarkably, I did really well playing it, and I enjoyed the format. It's really just like, it was kind of long and grindy, which I wasn't expecting. It was a pretty long game. It's just Commander playing with the most powerful cards, so it was kind of cool, man. It's kind of fun.
I really like, just to tangent off on this for a second, I like CEDH for one simple thing, and it's that there is no pregame discussion. It's all right, let's sit down and play. That's it. You ain't got to do any other talking. You just go
trying to combo off,
right?
And
if I remove your thing and you get salty, what did you expect? That's what this is about. This is about interaction. This is about punching each other's faces in. Don't walk up with a salty attitude. And that's the beauty of it, is that because it's sort of an understood thing, I've seen the least salt in Commander games in CEDH than I've seen in any like casual Commander. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, it was great. You know, people would try to combo off, and then someone would be like Force of Will, and they would just be like, "Oh, fuck you. All right, your turn."
Right.
And it was honestly, it was really wholesome. I played with the guys at Amp Gaming, and they were really cool, and they gave me a fully proxied out Obnixilis Captive Kingpin deck.
Nice.
And they let me keep.
Oh shit, that's
afterwards, cool. Which was cool as well, so that, you know, now I have a fully proxied out CDH deck that I can play sometimes.
Nice.
And yeah, man, the deck was really fun, and I was playing Rakdos, drawing a ton of cards, and
I gotta tell them
impulse draw. And
I gotta tell them I'll be there next weekend so that I can get a free proxied precon CDH deck.
Dude, you know, honestly, I mean, we could just tangent away from this and just talk about, you know, what's going on next weekend.
Look. Yeah. With the precons, so to discuss, kind of like overheading this entire discussion today, so that chat, y'all can tell us if there's any pieces you think we should look at before we start diving into this. So obviously vehicle stuff, yes, that's obviously energy stuff, maybe only this precon, maybe in the main set as well. I'd be interested. Has anybody read definite confirmation that energy is in the main set, that they're going to put standard? Put energy into standard? I'd be interested to know if we've learned that definitively or not, or if it is just the precon. Looking at the Eternal Might precon, burn through cards and grow your mummy army. This looks like it could have to do with tokens, but the way that those like amass things worked is it goes tall on one token instead of going wide. So it may not be traditional token cards there, but still some that'll be applicable. And burn through cards makes me think draw discard, makes me think reanimator, makes me think potential cycling. You remember Amon Ket had a big cycling mechanic to it last time we went there, and so maybe some cycling cards. I'm actually just thinking of that as we're talking here. Or the Eternal Might precon. So yeah, and then we've also got Maro's teaser, which I think could be a pretty interesting place to start. We don't really ever...
let's start there.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a good spot.
We don't ever really explore these, but since we're kind of ahead of the game here this time out, we do get to look at this before the actual set comes out. So if you're not familiar, Mark Rosewater is in charge of Magic the Gathering. That's as simple as I can put it. He's one of the people that is top in charge of the whole thing. Every single set he puts out a teaser that has fun, you know, teases of weird things that you wouldn't expect or understand before the actual set comes out, and he likes to make it fun, make it a little memey. So things you can expect from his Aetherdrift teaser. Jake, this one is very reminiscent of what we've already talked about. 13/13 vehicle with crew 2 that costs 1 mana to cast. So it's like another version. We're gonna get a sequel to Consulate Dreadnought, it seems.
Eastwalker Colossus comes to mind. It's always a card that I've liked. and then you got siege modification as well. So red, white.
Bro, crew 2? Any bear can drive that freaking thing. You remember the 7-Eleven? Didn't it have a high crew
the drawback?
Cost? Yeah.
The 7-Eleven had a crew cost of 6. So you were trying to like use Lupine Prototype at the time and standard.
Bro, Lupine
like
Prototype just came up for me too. You know they reprinted that in Innistrad Remastered? I just saw it when I was looking through those cards.
Did it get like a extended?
It's the same art. I don't know if it got a full if it got the full parfait, but I did see it in that list, and I was like, that's so funny right before Aetherdrift to have the old crew wolf in a robot suit ready to roll. Anyway.
Yeah, so like it was that and Thrabid Inspector. So you would just play then you would play, Consulate Dreadnought, and then, try to get Lupine out as soon as possible. And I don't know why, we thought that this was good. Probably because it costs 1.
1 mana, dude.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb looking back. This was the origin of Jake and Joel.
I was gonna say, we saw this card and we were like, this is where we should start. This is where we should begin, is Consulate Dreadnought. They'll love us, we'll explode. Professor, watch your back, here we come. Anyway.
If we had made videos consistently back then,
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, bro. Okay.
Lupine Prototype. Right. This is the card that we were talking about.
What's up, Mom?
It got the Jake. It got a retro. So you got a retro frame of this.
Good morning. Yeah. Oh, it got a retro frame. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but that is what we got there. And so so chat. This card means a lot to me and Jake, and funny, this uncommon from Aether Revolt, but this card means a lot to us, and so having a sort of homage to it is very, very exciting. Actually, a mechanic, oh my goodness, here we go, a mechanic called Start Your Engines. Jake, do you think that Start Your Engines, the mechanic, has to do with like how much fuel you have, so it's accounting your lands or your available mana type of thing? Or do you think it's like a
mechanic called Start Your Engines?
Do you think it feels like a
is it haste?
Yeah,
haste
right,
related?
Like, something haste related. If you like provide, if you -1 -0 or something, it gets haste. I don't know. Could also be like a affinity type thing. How many artifacts you have, how many vehicles you have. If you have 3 or more vehicles, you can start your engines.
Jake is saying, I'm betting it's when you successfully crew a vehicle.
Ooh,
it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, like the vehicle has Start Your Engines, and so when you crew it, you get to untap that creature or something like that.
Yeah, that's kind of
pretty cool. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Also, it's interesting. This doesn't feel like a mechanic that. This feels like a static mechanic, like it's something you achieve, and so it's even more of those type of like passive things that they've been introducing. Sure. What was the one from
kind of like why can't I think of it? It's the thing when you control
Accused.
10 permanents. You get
the city's blessing.
Yeah.
City's blessing. I was thinking even more like commit a crime. There's no like token or permanent or anything that tracks that. It's just a state of being. There's also Accused. What was that? I've got the Nelly deck and I can't even remember what it's called. Oh, Suspects. I feel like Suspects is kind of a passive status ability as well that doesn't have a straight up marker. So it feels more like they're playing in the realm of design where the mechanic doesn't necessarily have to have a physical marker on the board of any kind or even an emblem, which I think is pretty cool.
My mom says, I think it's the new F1 card, and it's going to start up with Max Verstappen winning his first race in the 2025 season.
If Wizards of the Coast had the clout to cross over with F1, like all the Americans would be like, this is dumb, I don't care for cars. But the rest of the world, it would be like them teaming up with all of soccer. It would just be like Americans largely would not care. The rest of the world would be involved.
Oh, man.
Anyway. 3 Planeswalkers.
But it's great to dream, right?
Oh, it's great to dream.
Come on.
I want my Max Verstappen secret lair. Him on a card with the legendary frame. Later, Brody.
You're funny, man.
3 planeswalker native to one of the worlds visited, and 1 non-native gets a desparked legendary creature version. So, 3 planeswalkers native to one of the worlds visited. You've got Avishkar, which is New Kaladesh. Oh, and I want to say something about that. I've been reading the story. The first 2 episodes of the Aetherdrift story are out. I'm trying to get back into that. That was something I did really, really heavily around like Ixalan, was keep up with that stuff. And after War of the Spark, I read that book and I hated it. And it like completely turned me off the lore for so long. But I'm trying to get back into it. Anyway, one of the things I like about it is that they've got characters that are like still calling it Kaladesh or correcting themselves, or refusing to call it Avishkar and they call it Kaladesh. Or like a character will correct somebody. They'll be like, oh yeah, when I lived on Avishkar. And they're writing that into the story itself. I really appreciate how they're approaching it. I feel like they're doing it really with a lot of grace. I really feel like they're doing a good job of correcting that, changing it, making it the new normal, and moving on, especially from a narrative standpoint. Exploring other perspectives on it. I think that's really cool in the narrative. Yeah. Anyway, side note, 3 planeswalkers native to one of the worlds visited. So you've got Avishkar, you've got Muruganda, which we have never really been to, maybe really old back in the day. Can any of the old heads in chat tell me about Muruganda, or any just lore masters? And then we're also going to Amonkhet. So planeswalkers from Amonkhet. I don't know about Muruganda. And then desparked legendary creature versions of those. That's pretty cool. 1 non-native, so it could be like anybody. Yeah, lots of Muruganda references for sure. But then, Jake, one of the ones that I seriously can't wrap my head around comes right after that.
The vanilla legendary creatures.
I don't get this at all. Like, what could possibly be interesting or necessary?
So this is like this is kind of like a throwback to Legends. Like Legends had a lot of legendary creatures that were freaking like a vanilla 5/6 for 6, but that would have probably been like a rare.
Yeah, but why?
Yeah.
Vanilla legendary creatures? Why? That's so confusing to me. What are you going to do? Make them like 2020s? Right, Gafford. So they're like 15 ones, you know?
In there for crewing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, what could you possibly do with the design of a no abilities legendary creature that's interesting? Because vanilla, to me, it can't even have start your engines. You know what I'm saying? Like this.
Yeah.
Oh, start your engines could be on a creature, and it's a creature that can crew a vehicle without tapping. That's kind of interesting.
You know, I do wonder. Yeah, I wonder what direction they're going to take with this.
I see Gafford right before the check. The check is impressive, and so it's what I end up saying. Oh,
Legends
free?
matter.
Okay,
yeah,
so instead of power toughness, maybe we could do like a mana cost thing. They are very low or free mana costs. A 0 mana 2/1 legendary, so it doesn't make sense to run a bunch of them in your deck. That's starting to make sense to me now. That's starting to make sense to me. I could like that. I could dig that. Cat and dog mounts.
Yeah. That's cool. People love cats. We love dogs.
Yeah.
And mounts. You know, leave something to be desired a little bit.
It's just a creature. It's just another version of doing it. It's, I think, interesting that they'll be able to put mounts and vehicles in the same set. That's pretty cool. I do like that this maybe starts leaning it more green. As I've been exploring vehicle decks and vehicle builds, I noticed that over the last set or two, over the last like half year, there have been cards seeded in green and white specifically, Thunder Junction and Duskmorn. that have to do with crewing or being tapped in the second main phase, which can be equivocated to crewing, that are in green and white, and that those colors don't have like any support in vehicles. There's just not a vehicle build that you can really do well that's not a meme deck that involves green specifically. And so yeah, the survivor mechanic, Jank. You've got legends that have to do with crewing that are green, from Outlaws. You've got the survivor thing, the tap thing, from Duskmorn that's in green and has to do with mounting. So my point is I'm interested to see that color sort of get brought into this archetype and expand it a little bit for commander options, hopefully from this set in particular, because vehicles is pretty straightforward. As far as the 3 or 4 main commanders that you want to use for it. And one of those is Depala. Is that what it's? No. What's Shurikai? The robot. Yeah, one of those is Shurikai, which is like, this is kind of a vehicles commander. This is more of a commander that is a vehicle. This is less of a, I want to build vehicle kindred, and so I'm going to do Shurikai. This is like, I just want to draw infinite cards for 1 mana and piss everybody at the table off.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm interested to see green come in. Old God returns.
An old god returns, huh? And new gods are introduced. Okay. Gods are pretty powerful in Magic.
Yeah, a bunch of them died in War of the Spark. Old God that returns, like
Hazoret?
Yeah,
Wasn't
Hazoret.
that the one that survived?
Yeah, Hazoret escaped into the desert. Got her arm chopped off and escaped into the desert at the end of Online
That's one of the few things that I actually know the lore of, is how those gods all bit it.
Yeah,
but yeah, right. I know that Hazoret's the only one left.
The lore was sweet around then, and I was keeping up with it.
Yeah, the lore was pretty tight, man. Then,
I'll talk, if we want to get into it, I'll talk all about the first 2 stories and kind of what the story is and where it's at some point. Jake, look at this. Two new words that make everybody tingle.
I wonder if an old Lotus had to go so a new Lotus could come in into play.
That would be the most dastardly devious mustache twirling. Because
only I could grow a mustache.
Also, everybody on the council all had to bite it just for this new Lotus to get printed. It's such a storyline. It's such an evil plot.
It's a Lotus that needs to be crewed. That's what it is.
Oh, Lotus car, Lotus van.
Yeah, it's a Lotus that needs to be crewed.
Yes, dude. Has everybody seen the Black Lotus license plate meme? Here we go.
Oh yeah.
This pops up from time to time, but this person has a Black Lotus, the car, a Lotus, and it is in the color black. And
they have 3 mana.
And their novelty, their what do you call these things? Vanity tag is
their vanity plate.
Add 3 mana. Pretty cool. That meme pops up from time to time. Always makes me
Lotus van.
Lotus van would be cool.
Yes.
Spec, he couldn't hear you saying that over the sound of his Lotus revving up and driving away. Cycle of multicolored gear hulks. Now that is something we have seen a little bit of.
Dork.
Yeah, he said, "What'd you say?"
Bro.
We've got from his teaser, cycle of multicolored gear hulk. So we've got bright glass gear hulk, green white, first strike trample, 4/4 for 4. When this creature enters, you may search your library for up to 2 artifact creature enchantment cards of mana value 1 or less, reveal them, put them into your hand, and then shuffle. Go get your soul ring, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Go get your soul ring and your Esper Sentinel.
Wow.
Not bad, right?
I mean, what the fuck?
And it's one or less. So I mean, any 0 mana rocks get unbanned, you can go get that one too.
Man, yeah. Carador's getting that shit. Thing's amazing.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, yeah, dude. Oh my god, dude.
It's freaking insane. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Just like
this one's obviously really good. Which is kind of nice because I remember white Gear Hulk being bad. Yeah, dude.
How do I ban Travis Stafford? What do these 3 dots do? All right, remove, put user in timeout.
We both serve a purpose, Travis.
God.
We are a perfect pair.
No.
We are a yin and a yang.
Oh man.
It's nice to see the green-white Gear Hulk be like obviously powerful and usable, because the Cataclysmic Gear Hulk, this card wins the award for most cut from precons you buy year over
this card
year.
Is lame. It's bumming me out. Get it out of here.
It's
I
awful.
want to look at that shit.
The green one, blue one, and
cool.
black one are the ones
one
that
is so good.
Yeah, black one. I
love
think
the black one
in Commander, the black one gets the most play, because ETBs destroy and you gain life. There's no downside to this. Reanimate it, blink it.
MFK Gear Hulks.
What'd you say? What did you say? Chat, what did y'all do to Jake? We're trying to discuss Aetherdrift.
We do MFK Gear Hulks. Never mind.
I've never really liked the red one.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I would marry the black one.
Yeah. I would, I would sleep with the green one and kill the blue. All right.
God. Thank you to our sponsors.
Cycle of multicolored Gear Hulks. Got it. Bullet discussed. Numerous mechanics.
If the other ones are anything like that Celestia one, we've got a lot to look forward to with that cycle.
Numerous mechanics from the worlds visited to get cameos.
Yes, Corey.
So what are we looking at? Amon Ket, you're looking at with Aether Revolt, it was that mechanic where like something had to leave the battlefield. Fatal Push.
Oh
Revolt.
my god.
So Revolt could be coming back, though Revolt doesn't really fit lore wise with the story right now. And so, but potentially, I mean, they could just stick it in there. And then what other mechanics from like Aether? Here we go.
Oh, let's just.
Obviously, energy. Revolt was in there.
Gene, its name is probably going to bring back energy, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to not think they would, but I mean, it's also tough to think about because the second time they brought energy back, they've already had to make bannings of it again. And so it's like, how long, how many times are we going to try this before we decide that there's no sweet spot of playability and garbage? Like there's no sweet spot between playable and garbage to hit with this mechanic that doesn't break the game. Or maybe it just comes down to a couple designs that were, you know, critical to make it insane. Oh, improvise. I'm sure that'll come back. Tapping artifacts to come back or to cast spells.
I mean, improvise is so good.
Improvise is very strong. Very strong mechanic. My artifact decks are really eyes wide open on this set. Looking at potentials there. Okay, so Revolt.
Charles, no hype for the Tokyo Drift set, you say? Not feeling it.
KLD. Yeah, you say that, man, but like, go watch the video we posted yesterday. Even the crap set, even the sets that you hated most from last year had dope cards. And so if you don't like a set or in the aesthetic of a set, fine. See if there's like a card or two that you can get excited about, or some new stuff for a commander deck, or a new legend that you want to build, and you can ignore the rest of it. I still think there's fun stuff to find in all these different sets. Energy for
Authority
sure.
of the Councils. Does that card bum you out?
Fabricate. Yeah, dude. As a person who identifies as a turn creatures sideways player, Authority of the Consoles really bums me out. Because haste is how I do a lot of my best work.
Yes.
Yeah, Dom, I completely agree.
It is that card.
Synthetic Sylvia. I don't know if that's been confirmed. Fabricate. Oh baby. The creature is bigger or it goes wide. This is a mechanic that I love. Let's get more going. Which makes sense.
That's the kind of stuff that I love for limited, man. Going wide and limited is so good.
Or just a 3/3 for 3 when they've got a 2/3 that's beaten in for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Little bit of an affinity thing going on here. Yeah, so Thopters maybe. Avishkar has always been about Thopters. Yeah. Okay, cool. So some mechanics there. And then Worlds Visited, Amonkhet.
Yeah.
AKH. So, sorted by...
Yeah, Amonkhet. There's some good cards that came out of Amonkhet.
Oh,
those
yeah,
monuments really ended up doing things.
Monuments were sick. Yeah, see,
in
cycling.
The uncommon spot.
That makes me think that precon is going to have some cycling, dude, because they're talking about going through your cards.
A cycling deck would be fun.
A new cycling deck would be really fun because there's pretty much only one option right now. Cool. Cycling commanders are pretty much you have to pick the Gavi Nest Warden, I think, and then maybe Brawlin and Shabraz. RIPR Judgment of Them. Deserts.
Yeah.
Deserts would actually make a little sense because Thunder Junction had desert support, and so trickling in some desert support on top of that to also be in standard, I could see that being a thing.
What colors is that deck again?
Gavi Nest. All of the cycling stuff so far has been USA. Red, white, blue.
Right, but the
oh, the new one.
No, I mean the new one. Yeah, what colors is this? Oh.
Your favorite combo. Your favorite combo that exists.
All right, so the other thing, if that's going to be like a Teamer Energy, wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
Literally Teamer Energy.
Yeah, dude. Okay. Well, and this is what I've been asking for with...
God, I was oblivious for a minute there.
Over the last year, we have gotten USA Energy twice. And both times I've gone, man, I really wish green was in here because there's a lot of good busted green energy stuff from back in the day. And so now we're going to get straight up Teamer Energy. And I don't know if you were playing standard chat when we were in Kaladesh Aether Revolt times, those actual sets. And
but as well.
But Teamer Energy was a big old boogie monster. That was rough to deal with.
Even added black to it for Scarab God when Hour of Devastation came out. So yeah, it was Teamer Energy and Teamer Energy Black, and then Sultai Energy, which ran even in Ixalan, Sultai Energy ran Hostage Taker. Yeah, it was all energy for a while there.
And then Mono Red. Mono Red was the only thing that could go faster than it with Bomat Courier and Hazaret.
Yeah. And then there was a blue-white deck that ran the Anointed Procession and God Pharaoh's Gift or something like that, and Throne of the God Pharaoh. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's all in the past.
Cycling, Embalm. That was a big Amonkhet. Mechanic was returning stuff from the graveyard. Getting a little second life there. Big creature token theme in Amonkhet. Zombies and such. -1/-1 counters definitely got a big play there, but I think that they have largely moved away from -1/-1 counters. And a lot of the -1 counters... Oh, Exert. I forgot about Exert. Exert is a pretty cool mechanic that could also easily be used in a race theme. Exert yourself. I could see that. Man, Amonkhet was a cool aesthetic. Can't wait to go back there.
Cool.
And then Hazaret. Let's just check Hour of Devastation. What's the set code for Hour?
HOU.
Oh, thank you. Someone knows their set codes.
I know my set codes, bros.
Bolus. I mean, Bolus made the whole plane. There's like an outside... Bolus is going to come back at some point. They're going to pull that lever at some point. But are they going to do it within this Omen Path storyline, or let this thing resolve and then go to Bolus next and have it like Phyrexian's Omen Path Bolus and have two of the big classic baddies, you know, split up by a new sort of storyline with loot. Oh yeah, speak of loot, I've got loot. I got loot for Christmas now, so loot can cameo in all of our streams.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
that's cute.
Yeah, Brando. So it's like, are they gonna bring Bolus back when Bolus is back at full power and ready to be a bad guy again? Or are they gonna, like you're saying, bring back a desparked Bolus as a legend, be part of Maro's teaser there, and have him sort of like build back up as a character before they make him the main baddie again? Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so more cycling, desert stuff, creature token, embalm, returning as 4/4s. So
embalm was a fun one.
Yeah.
I like that. Anything that comes back.
Very likely we'll see some of those.
Yeah, definitely embalm, because we just got that embalm dude that came out in Fanatic of Ronus. And so that's kind of like a teaser of things that are probably going to come back and be a card. Yeah. Fanatic is probably up there, I would imagine, as far as EDH rec goes. I mean, I don't always trust EDH rec. I mean, EDH rec is well, I'm not saying like I don't trust that site. I don't trust the rankings of cards all the time, just because a lot of people are just gonna, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't actually know how I feel about it.
Eternalize.
I use it, but I don't always eternalize. Yeah.
That's what it is. There we go.
Yeah. Oh, see, it is like, yeah, it's such a good card.
No, yeah, this is just sort of by date. I wanted to see when was the last time we got Eternalized printed. So it was like Hour of Devastation, and then we got 2 cards in MH2, and we got 1 card in MH3.
Yeah, Timeless Dragon.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think that this will be a dominant mechanic, Dom. Just interesting to see it, and any of the like secondary cards that might line up with it, especially the Eternalized stuff. Tokens, anything like that. Pretty interesting. Here's some rules text that'll be showing up on cards. This creature saddles, mounts, and crews vehicles using its toughness rather than its power.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Little big butt strategy.
Yeah.
Whenever you draw a card, each opponent mills 2 cards. Doesn't that already exist on a card? Yeah, dude. Psychic Corrosion. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
A secondary Psychic Corrosion.
Wow.
This is legal in Pioneer, by the way.
Cool. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
This has always been one of the more powerful mill cards, in my opinion. One of the ones that I'm more scared of, anyway.
I wonder if it will be...
Interesting.
I wonder if it will be cheaper.
Dom's got a good idea. Could be a creature. They've been putting things on sticks a lot recently. That whole Cycling Foundations.
Mm-hmm.
Dinosaur Anthem.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever a player casts a spell they don't own.
Wow, so dinosaurs in the set. Okay.
Yeah, that's Muraganda influence. Muraganda. Here. Muraganda MTG. Muraganda is a primordial plane rich with life and raw magic that was first referenced in Future Sight cards Imperiosaur and Muraganda petroglyphs. It was later featured as a plane in Plane Chase on the card Feeding Grounds, which is red spells cost 1 less, green spells cost 1 less, and if you roll Chaos, put X+1 counters on a creature where X is the creature's CMC. And then Muraganda is now being featured in Aetherdrift. Yeah, so this is the most we'll really ever see it. Dinosaurs, oozes, prehistoric beings. Magic is raw and young, extremely powerful and dangerous. Lush jungles, deep canyons, and volatile volcanoes.
Got it. Okay.
The moons of Muraganda are unstable and chunks of them regularly crash on the plane.
Deal breaker.
I'm not visiting.
Yeah. That for me is like, yeah, we went there with a big group what big chunk of the moon took a lot of us out. So
Craig got crushed by
rough.
a piece of a Muruganda moon, dude. It was awful.
Yeah, I think I'm good on that.
Muruganda
You had me up
tourism.
until the moons are volatile. That for me is the deal breaker.
The Muruganda tourism board has got so much work to do to cover up this whole moon thing and make people want to visit. Anyway, that's Muruganda. Whenever a player casts a spell they don't own. So this reminds me of Gonti. I know that Gonti is from Avishkar. Gonti is he's one of the main people in charge of the plane now. Of the city, maybe? I don't really know. But from the first two stories, he was like announcing the start of the race. And one of the old Kaladesh heads who wants to call it Kaladesh, that's why I'm saying it like that. He was all like, I hate Gonti. Gonti's a jerk. Why does he get to be in charge? So I know Gonti's in the show this season. So whenever a player casts a spell they don't own, maybe a little reverse Gonti action going here. Let your opponents do a Gonti thing and you get some extra value.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Ooh,
this is insane.
This is cool,
bro. This
makes me want to throw together Creep even more,
bro.
I have that deck built, but I need it in paper.
What's the goblin that lets you sack goblins for mana? It's the main one of the main.
The Skirk Prospector.
Thank you. This card is in literally every Goblins thing and only makes it go hard. This card makes you go hard.
One. Yeah, I like that one.
This card is a Goblins staple, and if you know, you know. This will let you pop off harder than anything. $17 in foil? That would be in foil. I know, I need to build it. Blight Widow. Yeah. But then now you've got tap at a red for each goblin you control. Goblin's Cradle.
Yeah. Ugh. Oh man.
Ugh.
Watch them put that on a land.
Oh my god, no, please. No! Bro, okay, only if it's exert. Maybe he left out the word exert.
Yeah.
Like, so it splits it in half. I don't know, man.
Maybe. Yeah.
We got a defensive card, Jake. During turns other than yours, this vehicle is an artifact creature, so you don't have to crew it on Appa turns. Whenever you activate an exhaust ability, draw a card. That's interesting. Is exert exhaust now?
Put any number of permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. It's a big effect.
What is it with this lately? What is it with this? That's not how you spell that.
There we go.
Stampede Tyrant. ETBs, put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. So probably a green card, probably 7 mana or more.
Yes. Wow.
I mean, any number of permanents.
Right
this has got to be 8 or 9 mana.
What do you think that is? Enters ability?
Oh man, I don't know.
You think that's an enters ability? It's an interesting entomb reanimate target.
It could be an expertise. Expertises were a thing. That's where we first got those in either Kaladesh or Aether Revolt set. And so
what is tempting worm?
Tempting worm is the one that lets your opponents put stuff on for free. Comes into play, each opponent may put any number of artifact, creatures, enchantments, or lands from their hand into play.
Oh, got it. Okay, cool. It's a fun card. I forgot about that card. Wow, that worm is bedazzled. What is going on with this worm?
Yeah, he's like, look at my jewels.
Jeez.
I have a daughter. She did this. Don't make fun of me.
Honestly, it's the most beautiful MTG worm I've ever seen. Hands down. Not even close.
Jake's only saying this because he dated her in high school.
I mean, and she was awesome.
You're just trying to get out ahead of this, huh?
I am just trying to lean in.
The deal breaker was the 2 big teeth under her jaw.
Yes. I'm happy we made it to the deal breaker.
Whenever you attack,
God.
if a pirate and a vehicle attacked this combat, so look at your y'all Edward Kenway. Is that the
yeah,
black, red, blue vehicles commander from Assassin's Creed? That card, any cards that are in that deck that are low reprint possibility. Yeesh. Creatures you control have base power and toughness 6/6 and are oozes in addition to their other types. That could be a pretty cool commander. Feels like a commander ability. Could also be like an artifact, like a Muraganda Altar, and it's like 8 mana. All your creatures are power toughness 6/6 and oozes.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That could be cool. And then we've got
the creatures. Wow.
Our creature type lines. Seal Pirate.
All right.
Which one are you? You've got to pick one, and I'll pick one by the end of it. All right.
Well, let's read through them all first.
Absolutely.
I don't want to. I'm gonna pick by the end. I don't want to pick right out in the beginning.
Seal Pirate, Lizard Berserker, Insect Archer, Core Pilot, Robot Turtle, Ape Druid, Zombie Cat Knight, Vidalcan Ranger, Dinosaur Dragon Mount, Legendary Aetherborn Rogue.
Zombie Cat Knight. Final answer.
Yeah, I'm Dinosaur Dragon Mount. I'm all in on Dinosaur Dragon Mount. I thought maybe you would go for Zombie Cat Knight. Yeah, it's pretty kick-ass creature type.
Once I heard the words roll off your tongue, I knew that was the one.
Yeah. Dom also said, I'm tagging myself as Zombie Cat Knight. Got it. Here's some names in the set. And Jake, I need you, knowing this is a Cars meme set, to come up with some other names of cards, or at least one other name of a card that could be in this set. All right. So you
have to do the same thing.
I'll do it as well.
And then we can make up smuggler names for Star Wars, because I love doing that as well.
Okay, that sounds good.
The one
I was thinking we would end the stream today by thinking up smuggler names for Star Wars.
Yeah. It would just be like, we'll do that afterwards. All right, let's
Adrenaline Jockey.
Yeah.
Flood the Engine, Gas Guzzler, Maximum Overdrive. Damn it, I was gonna say Pedal to the Metal. Shit.
Wow, Maximum Overdrive is a great movie. It's this movie where a bunch of trucks come to life, and Emilio Estevez is in it, and they're all trying to escape from these trucks. There's it's like a bunch of giant, huge trucks trying to run people over. Did you ever see that? I think that was an 80s movie. Maximum Overdrive. Yes. This is what. Okay. Now we're getting into the nitty gritty of the stream. You never saw this?
No, I've never seen this.
There was one truck that had that face on there. It was Emilio Estevez, right? Yeah, it was written by Stephen King. Dude. Everybody stream. Let's figure out, where can you watch this? Maximum Overdrive. Where to watch? How much is it? It's probably $1.99.
Free on Tubi. Jake, it's
free on Tubi. How many people do we have watching this?
This movie has got a 14% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's fun. I promise you it's good. We got 159 people watching. Go watch Maximum Overdrive. You could make them probably about, I don't know. There we go. We got some people going to watch Maximum Overdrive. All right. Okay, we can move on. Great
Pedal
movie.
to the Metal.
Yes.
Road Rage.
Good.
Roadside Assistance.
Yes.
The Speed Demon. Spin
Roadside
Out.
Assistance.
And Siphon Fuel.
Possibly.
Maybe it's a crossover with Geico.
All right, I have to make up a name.
Yeah, make up a name of a card in this set, and I'll make up a name of a card in this set.
All right, I got mine. I'm ready.
I'm gonna go with. Okay, what's yours?
Mine is Even Matter Max.
Even Matter Max?
Yes.
I think that is a little on the nose.
Into the most maddest Max.
It's a flip card. So you're designing your most hated form of card, which is flip card.
Yes.
I'm gonna say
Even Matter Max.
I'm gonna guess 4-wheel drive. I would assume that a card named Four-Wheel Drive could exist in this world where Gas Guzzler and Roadside Assistance.
If Roadside Assistance is there, I think that there is a chance at Even Matter Max.
I also think that we could have a card called Lightning McQueen.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think that. Okay.
I was gonna say that seems. I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibility. We had a little bit of a Disney collab that happened, so.
Chat. It looks like vehicles and it looks like energy are going to be two of our major mechanics that are going to hit our commander play tables. So, looking at... Oh, chat's got some good ones. Fuzzy Mirror Dice. Oh, Greased Lightning. Bro, we could definitely get a card called Greased Lightning. Oh, a card called I Call Shotgun. I think that they would be like, we can't put the word shotgun in a card title. I think legal would turn that one down. Show me the Carfax. Sorry, I have a response.
Oh, man.
Is that is that an artifact creature you just played? Okay. Real quick, I'm gonna respond with show me the Carfax. That's a good secret layer, actually. I could get down on that.
On the Carfax vehicle history report?
Yeah, I just need an instant that's show me the Carfax. Vehicle decks. Looking at what I would assume are your three main options outside of Edward Kenway. Edward Kenway is like straight up, especially if you want to go blue, black, red. Assassins, pirates. If you want to go pirates, vehicles, Edward's your choice. Shurikai on the other side feels like it is a vehicle and can be your commander. So when you say it's a vehicle commander, you're like, yeah, technically. But nothing about this commander screams, I gotta run vehicles. It does make the pilots, but I'm more interested in paying 1 mana to net a card. That's insane value. And so Shurikai for me is like a different kind of thing. But Greasefang, Katori, and Depala all have a lot of potential as your commander. Not a ton of value reprint stuff. Let's look at top cards. High synergy. Nothing really blowing it out as far as... Which makes sense. People aren't going to build a lot of... Cyberdrive Awakeners. One that we could really... I'm going to say use a reprint of. Because more and more people turn onto this card as a finisher in these types of decks.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that light was yellow. Need for Speed. I like that.
Photo Finish.
Photo Finish actually feels like that's going to be a card.
Photo Finish is pretty good. That's pretty good.
Ooh, a split card with license and registration. I mean, y'all should be Magic designers. Cyberdrive Awakener probably would be a good card to see in like a secret lair around here if they're not going to put it in the main set. Do you think it's too soon to reprint? I mean, this was Neon Dynasty Commander stuff. What's the energy deck does have blue in it, so we could potentially see that in a precon.
Just looking through with you here.
Most of the vehicles, wow, Joyra is up to $11. Oh no, like $4. Those cards prices are always all over the place here, eh? Pull over, it's a pacifism effect. I could see that. Oh well, no, look at Joyra. Hasn't been reprinted since Double Masters.
Yeah.
She's getting up there.
Yeah.
Eh? But I mean, like, as far as applicability across multiple types of decks,
right.
Joyra's insane. What does her secret lair look like? Oh yeah, look at that. That is nice. It's nice. Nautiloid. This is one that people have been kind of waking up to as well. I don't know how to spell it, but there we go. Good vehicle that's very unlikely to be reprinted in this set. Potentially a secret layer. This was 2022, so it's been 3 years. That window for a reprint sort of opens in the 3rd year, and then by the 4th and 5th years when you can start kind of counting on seeing it at some point.
Right.
For major cards. And so this is a possibility. I could see Nautiloid ship blowing up. If a big vehicles commander gets printed, which it probably will, people are going to want the best ones. And as far as utility goes, I mean, shit, I've thought of putting this card in decks just because it is a 4-mana artifact. I've thought of putting it in Iron Man because it's a 4-mana artifact that I can tutor up that exiles a player's graveyard. You know?
Yeah, I can see that.
Getting free creatures off of it.
Yeah,
as long as it can deal some combat damage.
It's never really done much, right?
Not yet, but I mean, at around $7,
yeah,
primed in this kind of set to really pop because people will be going after it. Another that's interesting. Another Neon Dynasty card.
Drum Bellower.
Very good for vehicles because it's going to untap your stuff that crews or mounts. Around $6. Hasn't been printed since Neon Dynasty Commander. And you know, honestly, Drum Bellower, I feel like this is, you could see this on a car, kind of like that guitar player from Fury Road. Like it's a person playing a bunch of drums on driving their team to higher spirits.
That. Yeah.
That's like a $6 card right now.
Yeah, Drum Bellowers, it's just Dom said it, man. It's just an amazing card. It's just really good.
Ooh, Alibu. This is one. Other artifact creatures you control have haste, and whenever one or more artifact creatures you control attack, Alibu deals X damage to any target, and you scry X, where X is the number of tapped artifacts.
Oh yeah, dude.
Lots of value here. Hasn't been reprinted since Commander 2021.
Wow.
Question for my judge brains in chat. Play a vehicle, crew the vehicle. Does it now have haste because it's an artifact creature? Do the layers allow Alibu to place haste on that thing if it becomes the creature as it's on the board? Buzz is saying yes. So there you go. All your cards have haste with Alibu. Another card around $7-8 that could pop if the right thing pops off. If we don't see a reprint of this one, really. It becomes a creature and then it'll get haste. Yeah, so there you go. So Alibu's got some potential there. Heroic Intervention, still a $10 card. This is going to be on any creature-based deck, any permanence-based deck. Wow. And I guess we haven't seen it since Doctor Who at this point. It's been over a year since we got a reprint of this, but we got it like bang, 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 back to back in a bunch of decks. Not going to be as relevant for vehicles. This card, though. Have you seen this one, Jake?
Yes. Yeah.
This has got a lot of potential right here.
Card is great, dude.
As far as
I'm a fan of this shit.
Yeah.
This shit is freaking awesome.
Just because
so good at 4 mana. It's like it hits so many relevant things that are that a Cyclonic Rift typically has to pay 7 for. It's really, really, really good.
This is one that you'll see get that bump around a set like a vehicle set where artifacts, historic stuff is going to be relevant. Assassin's Creed wasn't opened a ton. This card's already $5, $3 for the extendo if you want to go for the cheapest one.
I need to pick up a copy of this because I didn't open much Assassin's Creed. Did you?
No, I only bought singles. That video I made was basically my buy list on TCG Player. I literally made that video. I was like, we didn't really cover this set on the channel. I'm just buying some singles from it. There's not going to be any opening content. I'm just going to make a video going over the list that I am buying specifically. And that'll be our coverage of this set. And that's about as far as it went. Look at this uncommon, still at $3. Psych Rift. Nothing here particular. Let's look at artifacts here. Yes. So any vehicles that, oh yeah, dude, Thunderhawk gunship. This is the thing, y'all. These are the kind of cards you want to make yourself aware of and decide, do you want prior to a vehicles based set coming out.
No, now this is a card I like. This is a good one.
Give all your attacking creatures flying. Crew is only 2 on this.
It's good.
A bunch of your, oh my god, crew 2, just like a bunch of your reducers. You're gonna get this onto the battlefield pretty quickly. Tough to get a reprint of that one as well. Same with Nautilus.
I'm getting an internet issue. I've been disconnected from chat. Are you still seeing chat?
Yeah, your internet has been pretty touchy the last couple of minutes. I'm not sure exactly what's going on.
Has it?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Weird.
You've been freezing a lot.
I've been freezing a lot. Okay, that's not good. All right, let me know if it improves.
I don't know if maybe is there something uploading in the background or downloading or something?
No. Or nothing I know.
Probably just utility interruption from all the craziness over there.
So, yeah.
Now that we're talking about it, of course, it's getting worse.
Right. Yeah. It's chat.
Not hearing you anymore at all, buddy. You want to try and disconnect and come back in?
Yeah. Hear me?
You're like fully frozen picture and your every third word is coming through.
Damn. Really?
Sounds like you're a robot.
No.
Still robot voice. Maybe want to do a restart and jump back in. Can't hear you. Imposter Mech reprint? What is Imposter Mech at? This one's pretty, yeah. I think people thought that this one was going to pop off more than it actually ended up doing. Just going to go there for a second, see if he wants to restart, jump back out, jump back in or something. Yeah, Imposter Mech, man, I think that people thought that this was going to do way more, but it just not, did it end up doing it? Enters the battlefield as a copy of any creature except as a vehicle with artifact with crew 3 and loses all other card types. Yeah, so people just wanted the passive or the ETBs and it doesn't enter as a creature. Oh no, it does. Oh no, it's not, right? So it doesn't enter as the creature. Because of the accept it's a vehicle phrase. Is that right? So if I imposter mech a Dockside Extortionist, for instance, would I create the treasures? I don't think you would, because you would have to crew it, and it wouldn't have a, there wouldn't be a chance to check in there. It enters as the creature, but not a creature. Right. That's what I thought. That is probably what's been holding it back, is you can't get any good ETBs. You can get some good attacking stuff, but that's pretty much it. Unlicensed Hearse is $1. Yeah, Unwinding Clock is just insane. Oh, you still get the ETBs. You do get the ETBs still. Okay. Well, in 2-mana copy, you'd think it'd be doing better, eh? Unwinding Clock is the kind of like auto tech for this kind of deck. $10, $8 for the cheapest one. I could see this getting a reprint though. I could see this one pretty easily getting a reprint. I bet it went pretty far down, MTG stocks, when it got reprinted in Brothers War. Yeah, I mean, it was like a $3 card. $3 card around bro. And then let's just see the, like... Here we go. Retro. Yeah, this was like a $2, $3 card. So even with a big, nice little chunky reprint, it didn't drive the price down into the dirt. Just low. And now you can see. Peaked up at 10. It's getting back up there now as we're approaching the vehicle set. People are getting closer to it. Understanding what it is. How it'll fit into the deck. Simulacrum Synthesizer is obvious, but we're not going to get a reprint of that. And so, like, if you want a copy of that, good luck. This card's already nearly $30 for the base copies. And the cool looking one is $50. Yeah, I mean, it definitely went up, Dom. Okay, cool, Rob. That's not really the vibe we go for around here. See ya. Yeah, I mean, it's a baller. This card is insane. So any artifact strategy with blue is going to run that. So that's an automatic inclusion. That's your, I mean, that came out last year. Very unlikely that we see that printed in any capacity this year. I saw somebody mention Dazzling Theater. Untap each creature you control for 3 mana during each player's untap step. That's really strong. That's a really good way to go with that. But that just came out last year, so again, not going to see a reprint of this one. This was like 2 sets ago. It's only $3 right now, but definitely worth grabbing a copy for yourself. Smothering Tithe nearly back up to $30. Tempered Steel's a maybe, but it's not that expensive. Okay. So those are some of the main ones. A lot of mostly vehicles. You know, Synthesizer, Unwinding Clock, Gunship, Desynchronization is also a big possibility. Don't worry about Heroic Intervention. Drum Bellower, Alibu, Nautiloid Ship, Reaver Titan. Did we take a peek at that one? Yeah, see, $9, 7 mana, 10. Pro MV3 or less. attacks, 5 to each opponent. Like, ay. These are the vehicles that people will want to be running in their vehicle deck, and they will high thee to TCG player to obtain, driving the price up. You're going to see your Nautiloid ships. You're going to see your Riva Titans. Type vehicle, sort USD. There we go. What's Night Paladin at? $5 for the non-surge foil, $6 for the surge. ETBs, 4 damage to each opponent. This one's just okay. This one's just aggressively okay, but I promise you it's gonna go up. Cause they ain't gonna be reprinting these things. Not for a while. Yeah, it's cool. It's like on the above side. It's on the higher side of okay. 4 to each opponent's not bad. A little bit more than a bolt to everybody's face, just for showing up. Crew 1 for a 6/6 trample, not bad. Throw a token in front of it. Or throw a token in the cockpit. That's where the pilot goes. What the hell is Clown Car? Chat, be real with me. Does this card actually exist? Are we doing this right now? Or are we not doing this? I don't know if this card actually exists. Let's read it. ETBs roll X 6-sided dice. For each odd result, create a 1/1. So I have to do math. Great. For each even result, put a +1/+1 counter on Clown Car. I mean, it's baller. This card is so good. It does exist. It's obnoxious, but it exists. And you should run it. Because this seems really, really strong. Maybe we get a unfinity reprint of Clown Car. I mean, it is what it is. It's called Clown Car. There's nothing you can do about it now. You just got to play it as is. Oh, interesting, David. It definitely exists, and I mean, uncards. I don't know about reprinting uncards. Oh, wow. There are clown robot tokens. That's a big whistle. This thing just runs around blowing a whistle. I would kick it. As for me, I would kick it as hard as I could. Hope that it's made of some light alloy and not really heavy. Imposter mech about $1. So there's not a ton of expensive vehicles, but you're looking at those 4 as like people are going to want these and they're going to be hard to obtain. Harder to obtain, not hard to obtain. Rolling Hamsphere. I remember that card. That one really didn't take off though, right? Oh no, $2. Oh no, there we go. Extendo for under $1. I mean, yeah, it's really good. It's a lot like Battlesphere. Probably an homage. Yeah, Brando, we're having some technical difficulties. Jake's working on his internet connection right now. Not sure exactly what's going on. We're just going to continue to explore vehicles and then pivot to exploring energy and seeing if there's any cards that we should be aware of, like these Warhammer and Baldur's Gate cards. Slicer. Yeah, these don't count because they're living metal. I mean, I guess they count because they'll trigger anything that vehicle, you know, is looking for vehicle types or is affected by vehicle types. But largely, these aren't really what we're looking for. Yeah, all these have living metal. None of them are crude. Nobody got inside the Transformers. Probably some weird fan stuff about people getting inside Transformers on the internet. Brand new with the head shredder, and this one leans more green, and it's not really even about being a vehicle, to be completely honest. It just happens to be one. As someone who plays this card, it's just mostly about that passive. Whenever one or more land cards are put into your graveyard from your library, put them onto the battlefield tapped. Oh, this one got a little commander deck reprint. I was gonna say it's crazy to me that this one is one of the cheaper ones, around $1, because it's one of the most played in other formats. Like, this is in a, what is the rat? The rat that is the commander? Greasefang. That's in Greasefang for sure, right? Yeah, Chariot's a vehicle. It's another green one. See, and that's what I'm saying. You're gonna get... I'm hoping that we get a good green legend and some good green vehicle support. You know what? I'll just take a vehicle legend that splashes green so we can run some of the green cards too and have an option. Because right now, I really think your best bets are running either Edward Kenway or one of these three. Greasefang, Katori, and Depalin. All three kind of lend to different builds, which is cute. And then you got Kenway being kind of the like, hey, look, my thing gives you card advantage for the type of card you're running. Hooray! I'm the one. Hooray! Vehicular manslaughter? Low. I would say low possibility, but it does make me chuckle. I do like that. Yeah, so I see people, like, obviously there's 624 decks online with it, and I see people suggest Bello for vehicle decks when I bring it up, but doesn't that kind of like defeat the purpose? I feel like it's so unflavorful, my brain rejects it. Bello brings them to life and they can attack as 4/4s. Feels like this deck is supposed to be like, oh, look, this enchantment now attacks. Or this sword can now come over and punch you. Not, oh, look, the car. The car is alive. And the raccoon did it. I don't know. For some reason, my brain's just like, I don't want that. I don't like that. Yeah, I know why Bello's good. Indestructible, haste, draw cards. All excellent words for Commander especially. This is one that I almost wanted to... Nice, Jake is on his way back. Rip Spawn Hunter. Let's pull up Rip. At the beginning of your second main phase, if Rip is tapped, reveal the top X cards of your library where X is its power. Put any number of creature and or vehicle cards with different powers from among them into your hands. So Rip can get mounts and can get vehicles, because mounts are creatures. Relevant. Different powers from among them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. This is a very interesting build to me, because we would be able to start using Rip's ability essentially the turn that they hit the battlefield, because we should be able to tap it whenever we've played it. Good card advantage. We get to dig down 4 naturally. There's just not enough green support across mounts and vehicles, in my opinion, yet, to make this a good deck. But looks interesting to me. Looks more interesting than I'm a pilot. Look at my goggles as a car commander, as a vehicles commander, just because that's so overdone. Yeah, for sure, Dom. Absolutely. But I mean, you know, once if it's running like a generic mounts vehicles deck, and then your commander comes down to get you some card advantage back up going, run reconnaissance, stuff like that, tap tricks. Not Umbral Mantle, but Paradise Mantle. Is it Paradise that lets you untap to make mana? Paradise Man. Oh no, this is tap. Is it Umbral? Umbral Man. There you go. That's the untap symbol. Yeah, I don't know. But I think this one's like, here you go. Some different art. There you go. How about one that's a hand? It's a bone hand over the green-white commander. Doesn't look like a green-white card at all. That's tangent. Sky Sovereign. Would have expected it to be a little higher up there on the value prices. So you could see this coming into... Oh, it got a pretty cool secret lair. The Vulture. That's pretty cool. I don't know, Tommy, if Rip dies. Not 100% on that one. $9 ain't that bad for this one. I like a good secret lair. Looks like 40k if you especially want it to match the other 40k vehicles. I don't want to ungatekeep my theory crafting, but there's a green-white mount faction talked about in the story setup for the set. I think mounts are genuinely interesting, should not be overlooked like equipment. Yeah, I agree. Thank you for your opinion, Mr. Beast. I appreciate you coming through. Ooh. Is this card going up in price? Or going down in price? Let's find out. Over at MTG Stocks, going down in price. Good. Beginning of your end step, untap each other artifact creature you control. And you can pay 4 and tap it to create a 5/5 vehicle with flying and crew 3. Jumpstart 22 card that has no reprints, but it's just been naturally descending in price based on playability. Seems like it has floored. And it's kind of creeping back up. This is probably because there's a vehicle set coming and this says vehicle on the card, but I mean, I'm kind of like, yes, we can. Jake, what's up?
Okay, good. All right. Had to restart.
Can't see you yet.
Yeah, give me just a sec.
Yeah. Now you've got both Jakey and Joe. So we're good. There we go. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look. Take it in. Breathe it in. Is that a They Live shirt or is that a the mask in the middle kind of looks like Borderlands? I think it's a They Live shirt. Yeah, it says submit, right?
Yeah, it's They Live. All right, here we go. I think I'm back. I
think
can hear
you're
you
back
just
too.
fine. I can see the stream. Okay, good.
This was another one. Wiley Duke. This was what was leading me to go, okay, so they're seeding green as a vehicles/mount option. Whenever Wiley becomes tapped, you gain a life and draw a card. Like, that's just pretty sweet. Value.
Oh, we're looking at stuff that's good for mounting?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Pretty good.
Looking at vehicles, and we had some theories in chat that the green-white faction... What? Don't we have, like, factions of Aetherdrift? Okay. Speed Demons, Rocketeers, Alacrian Quick Beasts. That looks pretty green-white in the art to me, denoted by the green and the white in the art. Quick Beasts are huge creatures from Alacria, a plane connected to Avishkar by a perennial omen path. All of those words made me freak out. Quick Beasts are huge creatures from Alacria, a plane connected to Avishkar by a perennial omen path. Nerd. Fueled by a diet of
Aether. Yeah, nerd indeed. Like, jeez.
One of the nerdier sentences I've ever read out loud in front of people. Fueled by a diet of Aether. Quick Beasts are capable of startlingly quick, sustained movement and propelling themselves and their riders at high speeds across varied terrain for days at a time between feedings. In the story,
sounds kind of scary.
Chandra was going to the starting line to get ready for the race, and she passed by the Quick Beasts trainers, and she was like, basically like, in her head, she was like, what are these morons doing bringing animals to a car race? Idiots. And then just kept on walking. Oh man, the Speed Brood. You hung out with these guys a little bit right after you graduated high school, right?
Yeah, when I wanted to do my speed brooding. Yeah.
Speed brood.
That was the group to go to. The speed brooders.
Speed brooding is what you do when you're upset, but you don't have a lot of time before you got to be somewhere. You got to do some speed brooding.
That sounds correct. That sounds right. Oh, wow.
Tag yourself.
Wow, what is going on here?
I don't know.
Street sharks?
I think this is magic art on a magic card.
Some street sharks there.
The end riders are cool. And then they don't even, is that the Duskmorn people? The end riders? Hail from Gastel, a dying plane crossed by mounted scavengers and nomads who roar across its permanently sun-washed landscape seeking rare oases to settle a raid.
Oh, so this is where Even Matter Max would come from.
I was going to say, this is like the Even Matter Max set.
Yeah.
We got to go to Gastel, man. Oh, yeah, man. So. If we don't get some Mad Max references, what a waste.
I think we will. I would imagine we will.
Shiny and chrome.
Like, what would somebody who would be, what would you call a card of somebody who would be eager to sacrifice themselves?
Oh yeah, zealot. Like a like a
eager zealot.
Eager zealot. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
What are the cards? Any number of cards that can sacrifice to summon a demon. What are those things called?
Apostles.
Yeah. Eager apostle, something like that.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, that could work. I could see that.
Yeah, cool. All right. I mean, so these people are like going around the multiverse looking for gas. Food, water, and rest could be found in plenty. The Phyrexians basically destroyed Gastel and they left. And they're wandering the multiverse looking for gas. Controlled substance at best and unknown at worst. All right. Interesting. Okay. Well, yeah, maybe green-white. Maybe the Lacrian Quick Beasts will give us a green-white commander. The other one is Kona. That's making me think that they're seeding green heavy for mounts to be like the green vehicles. With beginning of your second main phase, if Kona's tapped, put a permanent card from the hand onto the battlefield. There's a really easy way to get one of those warbirds, the gunship, or the Reaver Titan onto the battlefield pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
And then also be able to crew it with your Kona. By the way, Kona can get into a Reaver Titan and fire its mini cannon off. That's a thing. So yeah, vehicles. Let's take a peek at energy.
I'm excited about vehicles. Yeah, let's take a look at some energy.
Energy-wise,
internet is weird right now.
No, I think you're good.
Okay. All right, good.
None of the dedicated energy commanders have a ton of value. Atraxa up there just because Atraxa does Atraxa things. Oh, you can proliferate your own energy counters, can't you? I can see it. I feel like I want to either pay off a puncher or some value out of the command zone, though, with an energy deck. And that's what Satya, Madison, Lee, and Liberty Prime all give you. You got literally value, puncher.
Mm-hmm.
And even with Liberty Prime, you can sack and draw cards. High synergy. Gonti's Aether Heart just got a reprint. Yeah, I mean, it's like the energy stuff just got slammed by the two energy decks that just got printed pre-con.
Right, exactly.
Black is not in the energy deck this time, so Demon of Dark Schemes is not going to be relevant. Razorfield Ripper was just printed but hasn't gained value. Sphinx hasn't gained value. Look at this. All of the cards that they're suggesting for energy decks were printed in either the Fallout energy deck or the MH3 energy deck. Shocker.
Yeah.
Evolution Sage, generically good, but only $1.
Oh, I forgot to pull up chat. Jeez, I didn't even...
Only $1
didn't
on
even think
volatile
about
storm drink base copies at this point. Yeah, I mean, wow. Energy, not a ton of value to play there. I mean, you got your basic stuff, proliferate, anything counters. Yeah, Buzz said we won't be hearing energy for another 6 years after this, bro. I would have said that after we saw Fallout into MH3. Energy into energy precon. Now we're getting a third energy precon. And potentially it in the main set, though seems unlikely.
There we go. Got it.
We are not, so the ambassador program rotates through creators, so we are not MTG ambassadors for Aetherdrift. I would assume.
Oh, are we not?
I mean, I've already seen people talking about they are, so I would assume that we're not. And so we'll be, we're not getting anything in advance for this one, so we'll be experiencing it same time. So our speculation this time out is exactly that. Speculation. It's Jake, it's not looking like the energy deck has a ton of like, oh yeah, let's go make sure we have a copy of that in our hand before this comes out, or it's gonna explode.
Sure. Right.
The vehicles decks, I mean, you got Reaver Titan looking at type, vehicle, sort, USD. It's these top 4: Thunderhawk, Reaver Titan, Nautiloid, Night Paladin. After that, maybe Clown Car. I actually kind of like Clown Car. I know I don't.
I have a copy of it. I have a copy of it.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah, I bought the Galaxy Foil one because it's a Magda card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one like maybe you do want to grab a copy in Galaxy Foil if you're like, I'm definitely building the vehicles commander, whatever that ends up being.
It's a pretty good card.
Yeah, I mean, it seems really good.
It's kind of cool.
Seems really good. These aren't really relevant for your vehicles decks. The Transformers. And then, I mean, you got Unlicensed Hearse, you got Imposter Mech and Sky Sovereign. Head Shredder doesn't really play well in those decks.
Yeah.
But then for energy, I mean, everything was pretty much reprinted last year. And so outside of huge staples like Teferi's Protection and Lightened Tutor, that's going to go let you get an artifact or an enchantment, go search up that vehicle you need. Or like Deflecting SWAT, that's WoW up to $43 again. Commander Masters. Didn't really do much for prices, did it?
No, not really. I mean, it was an expensive set, right? So
yeah.
It's expensive sets with expensive cards, and then those expensive cards get soaked up. Blasphemous Edict, I'm not even surprised at how it continues to go up.
Yep, it's climbing.
3
visits climbing back up. And it was in precons.
Yeah.
Every green deck wants it. Yeah, I mean, not a ton of energy stuff to look at. Not a ton of energy stuff to look at. It's crazy to me that Bolt Wave is a $3 uncommon from Foundations, especially considering how heavily that set was opened. All of the MH3 stuff, that set was open like crazy, so the Parfait got copies for you on the bottom for sure. None of that stuff's really expensive. Yeah, I mean, outside these 4 vehicles and, you know, huge staple commander stuff, you're probably generally ready for the vehicle deck with your collection as it is, if you've got a pretty decent collection, or you can pick it up pretty cheap, the extra pieces once the deck comes out. You've seen the commander.
I've always wanted Peace Walker Colossus to be able to like take off as a card. That's just one that I've always thought had so much potential with all the vehicle stuff.
Peace Walker, oh, this is energy. Let's look at the utility artifacts. It's got to be on here.
Well, no, because it's so specific. It's you pay a white and one other, and then what you do is you animate a vehicle.
Yeah,
it
there
just
you go.
Becomes a creature.
82%. 82% of vehicle decks run it.
Yeah, and they should.
Yeah, they should.
They should. Being able to actually, you know, animate your stuff, and you don't even have to crew this thing like you can, but it just sits there like an artifact or an enchantment, really, and gives you this thing that you can.
It opens up your board wipe game. You're able to board wipe with this deck because of cards like Peace Walker Colossus.
It's true. It's true.
That's what'll enable you to make the most of what you've got going on over there. Because, I mean, consider board wiping, spending 2, 4, 6 extra mana, whatever you got left after that, animate 3 vehicles and swing for the fences. You're in WinCon territory, baby. You're in WinCon territory. Chat, I think we're ready. I think we are prepped for Aetherdrift card set.
Yes.
I feel prepared. I'm ready with what is known and what is unknown.
I think, you know, vehicles, energy, like, I think there's going to be some fun stuff. There's going to be some interesting stuff. We had a new stream spot tonight. We had 131 people currently watching right now. We appreciate all of you so much for watching.
Can we get up to 69 likes before we turn the stream off?
Yeah, that would be cool if we could get to 69
If you
likes.
wouldn't mind hitting like on your way out. Chat, Tuesday day. That's where we're going to be streaming now for the foreseeable future. We'll let you know if it's going to change, but check us out Tuesday day. Thank you for watching. If you can watch live, obviously, thank you for watching after the fact. If you're watching after the fact, let us know with a little comment down there. Por favor. Firehouse subs, Kraken Jank. If you can get Firehouse subs, that's what you should eat for lunch. There you go. There's your lunch recommendation for me.
You know what? I might go to Firehouse subs because there's one right next to my place. So maybe I'd just do that.
Never bad to grab yourself a hot sandwich.
I do like a hot sandwich. I might just go with that now.
Link up at the top of the chat to go join our Discord. If you would drop us a like on your way out, we would muchly appreciate it.
Yeesh.
Get to that 69 likes before we leave. We appreciate everybody. Hope you feel ready for Aetherdrift. We will be back next Tuesday morning a little bit earlier. 11 a.m. Pacific is when we'll typically be streaming on Tuesdays, but 9 a.m. Pacific next Tuesday, we will be live for the official reveal of this set, which will have mechanics, cards, probably the face commanders, things like that. So
we'll give our takes. You'll get all of the takes. We'll actually look at some stuff. We'll get to confirm some of the stuff that we talked about.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We've never like on camera gone through his teaser and tried to make our own calls off of it. So now we've got like a place for reference to be like, oh yeah, look, we talked about that. We were right. Or whoa, we were wrong about that one.
Right.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want a hot sandwich from New Jersey Michaels? I don't go to New Jersey Michaels ever since
New Jersey Michaels. That's quite the place. That is quite the place.
Love you, man, everybody.
9 more likes. We can do this. We have to get to 69 likes. We can't end the stream. We'll be here all day.
9 more likes. Thank you if you watched over on Twitch.
I don't know if it's going to happen. Card Shop Reality, what's up? Good to see you.
Hey, Sparked Foozy, I see you. Appreciate you.
We might just get 60. 60 might just be it.
If you don't follow us on Twitch and you would prefer to watch over there, you're welcome to. We now cross-stream over to Twitch for our streams. Appreciate everybody. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Good rest of your week. New video tomorrow. See you next Tuesday for the reveal.
All right, everyone. We appreciate y'all hanging out. We will talk to you soon.